there's a huge difference between attacking and throwing out a well-placed attack in this game.
On top of that, it seems that movement is much more committal than in most games where you would have like a general footsies game just by moving back and forth, by placing attacks around to sort of mitigate movement options. With this, you move, you commit to that. You're placing yourself right in the line of fire, or you're moving yourself out of a choice opportunity for good damage.
Yeah, pretty much. And but at the same time, we're seeing you have to move around, because if you're not moving, you're going to start being put in block. You know, I think your arm can break if it's hit while you're guarding well enough. You can start getting grabs. Like,
Right.
you're forced to constantly move in this game, which just goes back to the idea everything's pretty committal.
Yep. So we'll see if any of that more traditional fighting mindset comes into play for our next match. We see Munoz sitting back down. Who is Munoz's opponent?
They're closing the software?
Where? Oh, KDZ's back. All right.
Ooh, we got KDZ. This man who, like, sandbagged his opponent and then just switched and said, hey, I got this.
Yeah, but now he's already showcased that he knows exactly what he's doing, and that was on the stream, so.
Yep. See, I'm trying to see some
knows.
Master Mummy right now or something. You know, give me some heavyweights in here. We haven't seen any of those yet. We've only seen the waifus.
Yeah, no, that's because the waifus are good, man. It's the waifus and then Snake Man from
like,
Mega Man 3.
But
That's
Spring
it.
Man's also godlike, but no one's using Spring Man. Hey, look, KDZ did. He bodied his opponent with the Spring Man, so that's my point. People overrated the waifus.
And, you know, we saw the one Helix, but I wasn't satisfied.
No. We didn't see Helix. We saw a man throwing arms.
You're right. You're right.
Yo, we got Bark and Bite. Bark and Bite be bad. I don't know. I used that character, and I was like, nah.
At 2GGC Arms Saga, there was a Bark and Bite player who had an excellent understanding of how to cover the overall bad movement options of Bark and Bite with how well he was just able to just space out his opponents with the default arms. I feel like that character's got a ways to go, but eventually won't be seen as bad. Maybe mid-tier.
Yeah.
Maybe like upper mid-tier. There's not that many characters, to be honest, so it's not like he's going to get pushed down.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
nonetheless, we're looking at Ribbon Girl once again, and I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to get attached to this character design. There's a lot of neat little aspects. But then, of course, we got SnakeMan.exe has returned.
I'm definitely just trying to see Kid Cobra dash around. Munoz didn't use the dash as much last time, though, so, you know, we'll probably just see more, like, very standard play, throwing some arms out, trying to make some good reads, etc., etc.
See Munoz opting for the Boomerang and the Hydra, whereas Zappa and Salamander on KDZ's side.
Yep. Oh, always throwing over the really nice grab. That's going to create some Oki scenario. He's in the corner. Gets out of the corner, though. But, you know, just the threat of grabbing in the first place is really good to instill early on, because that's going to make, you know, KDZ a little bit more aware and not want to block as much, which might give Munoz a lot of chances to use the fact that his arms are big and just throw a lot of headlines out.
Yeah, that instant grab is forcing some sort of movement-based reaction. Like, you can respond with just an immediate attack, but no one's going to go right out the gate, guns blazing, generally speaking. So you're forcing the opponent to misposition themselves, or they're going to be eating that instant 100+ damage.
Yep. And you're seeing really nice move of KDZ. He used a fast fall at some point in the air after double jump. You know, he's constantly moving around. They're both playing really slow, respecting each other's super. Now I feel like KDZ is going to go a little bit in because Munoz burned his super already. Yeah, and you're seeing now he's a bit closer, throwing a bit more attacks. And Munoz still has to respect KDZ's super, though, so this is a very one-sided fight.
And we see KDZ get the throw, try to set up for a situation where he can really make the most out of that meter burn, but he hasn't gotten it just yet. Munoz doing a good job of just spacing out if KDZ goes into these hard middle options by punishing with the grab, and we see the grab connect.
Yep. Oh, look at the timer.
Yo, all right.
Oh, no, that's game right there.
Yeah, KDZ saw that timer. This was his opportunity to really get in there because even if he didn't manage to kill, forcing Munoz onto the springs, he has hard recovery off of those. The lag out of that is immense.
I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking the fact that when you do the super, you're going to do a lot of chip damage and slow your opponent off like a good 4 seconds. You know, you just start blocking. If they grab you, grabs are really slow. What's up? I had some Cheesecake Factory earlier, like an hour ago, leftovers, so I'm good for tonight.
I'll think about food. That's about it. At least until we get back to the island. But getting back into this match, we see Munoz trying to take a bit of a slower approach right now, but he's not responding with the same options that he had previously, and KDZ just sort of opening him up for it.
Yeah, no, he's definitely blocking a lot more, playing a lot more passive. And this is just going to favor KDZ. As you see here, he gets the attack side, throw up meter. And Munoz is just sitting on meter, so he doesn't really have much to like do resource-wise besides burn it when he gets an opening. And as you see here, oh, look at the screen combos though.
All right, that was really good positioning on those attacks from Munoz. We saw he went hard left, hard right, and managed to get the finisher in the corner. But he was able to track KDZ's movement incredibly well. I feel like if he has that type of awareness as he moves out of that meter and starts to build it back up again, he might be able to take the set back.
Can I just say how satisfying it looks like when Kid Cobra throws you? Just does like multiple kicks and then just like launches you to the ground. Like, you can just see the power in it. It's so nice looking.
The animations definitely accentuate how stringy his body is. It's just another nice detail about this game.
Ooh, and now they're both at the pixel. Oh, no. Yeah, he threw the attack out he raised. He had to cancel it with the super maybe, but even then, that didn't matter.
Yep.
You can see they're both laughing as well. They're having fun with this game.
They're enjoying it. These are two people who know the game that they're playing, and they're looking to make the most of this opportunity.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I haven't played it much, but like when I played it with Soul, Arm Saga, I did enjoy it. It showed me a lot of things. And it's one of those games that, like, at first, we don't know what's happening. I feel like it's a bit easier to get turned off by just how hard it is to hit people, how easy it is to dodge things. But once you learn like how dodging and hitting people works, it gets really fun. Because it feels like you have to throw attacks down, dodge constantly. You can't just stay there and block.
This seems like a game that definitely, like, it rewards more traditional fighting game theory. So I can definitely see why Soul, as an individual, performs well. We're referring to Noble Soul, who happens to be a Super Smash Bros. Player, but has consistently won big-name ARMS tournaments that he's attended. Like, slowly becoming, like, a name of his own in the ARMS community. And him having boxing experience with himself, he has that competitive background for what he needs to look for, and especially in this ringed fighting 3D style game.
Yo, this music though? I'm liking this counter pick only for the music. Thank goodness to whoever did this, you are my man.
Oh yeah. Real talk, the soundtrack to this game is phenomenal. You thought just the art design is good? No. Every track is a banger in this game.
So this stage is interesting because the platforms that appear allow you to jump on them for height advantage. I'm not sure what they really do for like blocking projectiles because you can just kind of punch through them. So I think they're mainly just there for height advantage and to make it harder to see what your opponent's doing.
Yeah, if your opponent takes a more ground-oriented approach to the matchup, a lot of how they're approaching, what they're preparing is just going to get stuffed out. But speaking of stuffed out, Munoz is finally getting that pretty convincing match one over on KDZ.
I didn't even see the arm on the screen. That's how the boomerangs have like these huge arcs you can't even see on the screen sometimes. I was just like, wait, what? The hit? So yeah, that's something to watch out for if you are like fighting against a boomerang. Is make sure you're not getting caught by hitting boomerangs to the side. It's very easy to miss.
And the whiff boomerang is going to have Munoz open wide up. KDZ making good usage of that meter to get some strong damage on board. However, he's going to have to be a bit more careful now as he racks up that damage if he can't assuredly keep the pressure on, because as we mentioned earlier, Springman, once he's in that 25% threshold, gets that boost.
Yep. And right now they both have meter. You notice that with Springman, he's going for a much longer range approach with these arms, and meanwhile KDZ went for double electric arm, whatever it's called, for really close range pressure, and he's constantly putting the offense on, which is a huge difference from last match where I feel like Munoz was trying to put pressure on with Kid Cobra. Yeah,
the momentum certainly switched quite heavily in that. However, game isn't over just yet. We've got match 3 as we move in, and right now, no one having an assured lead as the platforms have yet to rise. However, these little chip hits from the boomerangs and the Zappas, just very slow trades. No one's really gaining anything off it, though we see the meter burn and just a little bit of shield pressure from the meter. Munoz not really able to get too much off it, although he holds the high ground and he's going to get punished for it.
You see, that's one thing I want to see from Munoz more is utilizing the high ground, utilizing having mid-stage control, really utilizing grabs when he has meter. Because he's not using the grab when he has meter to just push damage. And I think that's where KDZ is shining, is he's not grabbing much, but he's abusing the fact that Munoz is not respecting meter in the first place. And that meter player is really important. That's separating the two, I think.
Yeah, Munoz looking a little shook by the end of that match. He was just hammering away, but everything was leaving him wide open. KDZ managing to take the set.